What if I told you that you already hold the keys to living past 100? Not in expensive medications, not in secret potions or extreme diets, but in quiet, simple habits you practice every single day, sometimes without even realizing it. If you're between 55 and 90 and you already live with these 12 habits, or if you're willing to embrace them, then you're not just aging. You're preparing for a longer, healthier, and more meaningful life. Today, we're going to walk through these 12 habits in the form of real stories, scientific facts, and emotional truths. You'll hear from people just like you, men and women from around the world, who found joy, purpose, and vitality well beyond their 80s. And along the way, I invite you to take one small action: support this channel. Click the subscribe button, give this video a like if it resonates, and drop a comment below to tell us which of these habits you already live by. Because sharing your journey might just inspire someone else to begin theirs. Now, take a deep breath, settle in, and let's begin this beautiful journey toward 100. 1. Daily movement, the rhythm of longevity. Let's start with Maria. She's 91 years old, lives in a small village in Portugal, and she begins every morning with a slow dance in her kitchen. She calls it coffee and cha-cha. No treadmill, no yoga mat, just a little rhythm in her soul and a reason to move. You see, our bodies were never meant to be still. Even gentle movement, a morning walk, gardening, dancing, light stretching, signals to your muscles, bones, and heart that life is still flowing. Studies have found that people who engage in light to moderate activity daily reduce their risk of heart disease, stroke, dementia, and depression. So ask yourself, are you still moving every day? You don't need to move like a 25-year-old. You just need to move like someone who wants to live. 2. Eating mindfully, the 80% rule. Hara Hachibu. It's a Japanese phrase practiced by the long-living elders of Okinawa. It means, eat until you are 80% full. Not bloated, just satisfied. In the West, we often eat until the plate is empty. But the healthiest elders in the world stop when they're about 3/4 full. Why? Because overeating burdens the digestive system, leads to weight gain, and increases inflammation in the body, one of the biggest contributors to chronic illness. John, a 76-year-old from Minnesota, used to clean his plate out of habit. Then he began following the 80% full rule. Within months, his digestion improved, his blood pressure stabilized, and his energy returned. He says, "I stopped eating like I was starving. I started eating like I was living." Slow down. Savor each bite. Learn to listen when your body whispers, "That's enough." And if this habit already sounds familiar to you, hit the like button. You're already one step ahead on the road to 100. 3. Meaningful connection, the heart's true medicine. Loneliness is one of the most silent killers in old age. It creeps in between phone calls that never come. It settles into the silence of long afternoons, and it chips away at the soul. But here's the truth. The people who live the longest often have one thing in common: deep, regular connection with others. It doesn't have to be hundreds of friends. One loyal friend, one listening ear, one community that remembers your name. In Costa Rica, 85-year-old Ana spends her evenings with a group of women she calls her Sunset Sisters. They knit, sip tea, and share stories. She says, "Laughter is our medicine, and none of us misses a dose." Call someone today. Visit someone tomorrow. Invite someone for a walk next week. Connection isn't just emotional, it's biological. It keeps your brain young and your heart strong. 4. Deep, restorative sleep, the night healer. At 88 years old, Frank still wakes up without an alarm clock. He says, "My body knows it's morning when it's done repairing." That's what sleep does, it repairs. During sleep, your brain clears out toxins. Your cells heal. Your immune system strengthens. Your memory stabilizes. Poor sleep is linked to almost every age-related disease, heart issues, Alzheimer's, even diabetes. But good sleep? It's like a nightly investment in tomorrow. Turn off screens at least an hour before bed. Keep your room dark and cool. Avoid caffeine in the evening. Protect your sleep like it's your passport to 100, because it is. 5. A mostly plant-based diet, nature's prescription. Have you ever noticed that most people in the blue zones, the regions where people live the longest, eat mostly plants? Legumes, leafy greens, nuts, seeds, fruits, and whole grains. Meat is not forbidden, but it's treated like a guest, not the host of the meal. Gloria, 96, from a small Greek island, grows her own tomatoes and eats beans daily. She says, "The earth feeds me better than the supermarket ever could." Try going meatless twice a week. Add more colors to your plate. Let your meals look like a garden. Because longevity often starts in the kitchen. And hey, if this tip sounds doable to you, don't keep it to yourself. Click share and send this video to someone you love. 6. Purpose, the morning reason. What gets you out of bed? If your answer is nothing or habit, it may be time to find something deeper. In Japan, they call it ikigai, your reason for being. It might be as small as feeding birds every morning, as quiet as writing in a journal, or as bold as mentoring young people in your community. Ruth, age 92, writes postcards to strangers who feel lonely. It started with 5. Now she's sent over 3,000. She says, they write back, sometimes with tears. That's my reason to keep going. Purpose is oxygen for the soul. Without it, we slowly fade. With it, we shine. What is your reason to rise? 7. Curiosity, a mind that keeps learning. Do you still ask questions? Do you still try to learn something new? If so, your brain is thanking you. Eleanor, 87, started learning Italian last year. She wanted to read Dante in the original language. It's not about perfection, she says. It's about keeping the lights on upstairs. When you challenge your brain, through reading, puzzles, new languages, instruments, even learning to use technology, you build what's called cognitive reserve. It protects you from mental decline, keeps your memory sharp, and reduces your risk of dementia. So pick up a book, try a new recipe, download an app. Let your brain know it's still invited to grow. And if you're watching this video, you're already proving this habit. Learning right now. So why not subscribe and keep the learning going? 8. Positive outlook, the longevity lens. How you see the world can change how long you live in it. In a long-term study of over 1,000 people, researchers found that those with a positive attitude about aging lived more than 7 years longer than those with a negative view. Think about that. 7 extra years, just from how you think. Positive people don't pretend life is perfect. They just choose to focus on what's still good. They laugh more, complain less, see beauty in the ordinary. Leo, 89, says, "Every wrinkle has a punchline behind it." And you know what? That might be the secret. A little laughter, a little gratitude, a little grace with yourself. Look for the light. It'll guide you longer than you think. 9. Regular routine, the power of structure. There's something deeply stabilizing about a simple routine. Wake up, move, eat, rest, connect, sleep. No wild surprises, no chaos, just flow. Many centenarians report having near-identical daily schedules for years. Not because they're boring, but because consistency lowers stress, balances hormones, and keeps your internal clock ticking smoothly. Try it yourself. Set a wake-up and bedtime. Eat meals around the same time. Include quiet moments, nature, and joy. Your body and mind thrive on rhythm. It gives your life a soft heartbeat. 10. Letting go of grudges, emotional detox. Let's be honest. Life hurts. People disappoint you. Loved ones leave. Friends say things they can't take back. But the people who live the longest, they don't carry that pain like a badge. They lay it down. Forgiveness isn't about excusing. It's about releasing. When you hold on to anger, your body suffers. Stress hormones stay high. Blood pressure rises. Your immune system weakens. But when you let go, you heal. Physically, emotionally, spiritually. Teresa, 93, Says she forgave her sister after 40 years. It didn't make her better. It made me lighter. What are you still carrying that no longer serves you? Breathe in. Breathe out. Let it go. 11. Time outdoors, the natural healer. Sunlight on your face. Wind through your hair. The smell of grass after rain. These aren't luxuries. They're necessities. Vitamin D from the sun strengthens your bones and immune system. Fresh air boosts your lungs. Nature calms your nervous system and reduces anxiety. Even a daily walk in a park or sitting on a garden bench can reduce mortality risk by over 20%. David, 90, says, "Every afternoon, I sit under a tree. That tree and we've watched each other grow old. Make time for nature. Even just 15 minutes a day can be life-extending." 12. Resilience, bending without breaking. This is the quiet habit. The unspoken strength. Life will throw you curveballs. Illness, loss, financial hardship, change. But those who live to 100 have one thing in common. They bend, but they do not break. They adapt. They cry, but they rise. They lose, but they learn. They fall, but they get up. They don't ask, "Why me?" They ask, "What now?" Resilience is like a muscle. You build it every time you choose hope over despair, effort over excuses, faith over fear. Margaret, 101, lost her husband at 60, her son at 70, and her home at 80. Yet she says, "I still have love. I still have life. So I still wake up." If you've lived through hardship and you're still standing, you already have this habit. Celebrate that. And please, leave a comment and tell us what kept you going. Someone out there needs to hear your story. So there you have it. 12 habits. 12 quiet threads that, when woven together, create the fabric of long life. You don't need to master them all today. You don't even need to have them all yet. But if you're willing to start, if you're already living just a few, then your journey to 100 is not a dream. It's a path walked by people just like you, who moved, laughed, forgave, connected, learned, healed, and loved, all the way into their 90s and beyond. If you felt inspired by this video, support this channel. Tap that subscribe button, hit the like, share it with someone you love, and join the comments. We read every one. Together, let's build a community where aging isn't feared. It's honored, where every wrinkle tells a story, and every gray hair sings of wisdom. Thank you for watching. And until next time, live well, age well, and stay young at heart.